Hey. Hey. Get your numbers up. I had to get my numbers up.
Good morning, folks. You know who it is once again. It's your boy Tay Wiz, 5 years strong, getting you ready for the NBA playoffs 2017 matchups. First of all, let's get into it. Jump right into it. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers looking forward to defend their Larry O'Brien trophy of that historic playoff NBA championship run and comeback win when they was down 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors. We know how that ended, the Cavs winning the championship. Right now, the Cavaliers are entering the NBA playoffs on a 4-game losing streak. At home, there are 31 wins and 10 losses. Away from the arena, there are 20 and 21. And points per game, 110. Rebounds, 43 on the season. And assists is 22 on the season. Steals and blocks at 6 steals a game, 4 blocks. Field goal percentage, they are shooting 47% from the field and 38% from the three-point line. And as a team as a whole, 75% from the free throw. 75% from the free throw line. With that being said, LeBron James is shooting a career low 68% from the free throw line. For the Cavaliers to win these little games, you never know in the playoffs. Sometimes free throws is key in category. Sometimes you can miss a free throw. You be looking like, man, LeBron James went 4 for 10. Tristan Thompson can go for a 2 for 7. So the game is all up. These games all about taking your time and being poised. As Indiana Pacers are entering the NBA playoffs on a 5-game winning streak. Very impressive for a team who had to win these last couple of games because it was a 3-way tie going into this stretch with the Miami Heat not making the playoffs, winning their last 4 or 5 games, trying to get them in the playoffs. But the Chicago Bulls had to win their games to get in, so you know what happened there. Like I said, the Indiana Pacers are coming in the NBA playoffs on a 5-game winning streak. Paul George is playing out of his mind right now. The last couple of games, he's been averaging at least 35 plus points per game, put a team on his back. But the one thing they're not really mentioning, since Lance Stevenson has been acquired back to the Indiana Pacers, they are 5-1 with him back at home where he's supposed to be. At home, the Pacers are 29 wins and 12 losses. Away from their arena, there are 13 wins and 28 losses. For you to enter the playoffs, you want to be the Cavaliers team. You cannot be 13 and 28 on the road, which the Cavaliers are taking care of business at home at 31 and 10. With that being said, I'm gonna get the edge to the Cavaliers in the first round. I get the Cavaliers 5 games, so they will win in 5, taking that series 4 games to 1. The Pacers are averaging 105 points per game, 42 rebounds per game. Assists is 22, steals at 8 a game, blocks 5, field goal percentage 46, 3-point percentage 38, and free throws 81. Both teams are pretty similar rebounding wise, assist wise, and 3 point. Pretty much everybody in the NBA is shooting that 38% clip. Like I said, I'm giving the edge to the Cavaliers because you have a 4-time MVP over there, as in LeBron James. He's going to put his boys on his back. He's been in 6 straight finals, so he know what it takes to get his team back to that NBA plateau where they want to be at to defend their trophy. Like I said, I got the Cavaliers winning that series in 5. Just my NBA previews. We're gonna start getting really, really, really in the thick of things once the series goes on. But these are my playoff previews. And the next one I'm going to talk about are the Toronto Raptors taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. I got the Toronto Raptors winning that series in 6 and 4 games to 2. Both teams are pretty much similar, all pretty much similar in the 3-point percentage, just a tad bit off. But let's get into it. The Raptors average 106 points per game, 43 rebounds per game, 18 assists, um, steals at 8, blocks just under a bit of 5, so they 4.9. Field goal percentage is 46. They shooting 36% from the free throw line. I mean, 3-point line. That's not pretty. That's kind of bad. Just don't because they don't have a really a 3-point shooter. They're shooting 80% from the free throw line. And the Milwaukee Bucks is not doing too bad for themselves with the young Giannis Antetokounmpo. They may have a potential rookie of the year on their team too as well. I'll get into all that stuff later about the MVP. They average 103 points per game. The Milwaukee Bucks. assists, 24 assists a game, 8 steals, 5 blocks. They are shooting 47% as well from the field goal. 37% from the 3-point line, and they are shooting 77% from the free throw. That team is pretty scary. The team is long, which a lot of people don't talk about. Most people don't watch the Milwaukee Bucks on TV unless you had NBA League Pass. They're another team from a small market city, just like the Pacers and Cavaliers. They are really seeking their teeth into playoffs with that young core. You know, it would a little bit. I would have gave them the edge if they had a Jabari Parker back. Get well soon, big fella. If they had Jabari Parker, I probably really gave the Milwaukee Bucks Game 6 just because I like the young nucleus of that team. Like I said, they very long and athletic. Um, Jason Kidd might be a candidate for Coach of the Year. He got that young team going. So, like I said, I got the Raptors in 6. Not too bad. Let's get right into it. Another intriguing matchup. Some people might just kill me for this because I'm saying this. I got the Atlanta Hawks and the Washington Wizards going on, and they looking like, man, the Wizards came in hot. They came in hot, but they come into the playoffs entering on a 1-game losing streak. And the Hawks is coming on a 2-game winning streak. With this being said, I'm going with the Hawks in 6. Yes, I know they have a speedy John Wall. They got a nice backcourt with Bradley Beal. I'm taking the Hawks in 6. Dwight Howard, Paul Millsap, Dennis Schroeder, and Tim Hardaway Jr. is playing out of his mind, folks. Tim Hardaway Jr. is playing out of his mind. He's playing out of his mind right now. Confidence is key. Real quick, the Hawks is averaging 103 points per game. They had 44 rebounds, 23 assists, 8 steals, 4 blocks, 45% from the field. She's shooting a terrible 34% from the 3-point line and shooting 73% from the free throw line. At home, they are 28 and 18. I'm sorry. Away, they are 20 and 21. The Wizards are averaging 109 points per game, 42%. They getting 42 rebounds per game, 23 assists, 8 steals, 4 blocks. Field goal percentage is 48%. 3-point line is 37%, and free throws is 78%. At home, the Wizards are 30 wins and 11 losses. Away from their home, they are 19 and 22. That's why I get an edge to the Hawks, just because they got Dwight Howard down there, and that demands a lot. So you might see a different Dwight Howard. If the Hawks get past the Wizards, it's going to heat up in things. Like John Wall, he should be an MVP candidate. He's playing tremendous basketball. He put them guys on his back. Like watching TV, a lot of people was not picking the Washington Wizards make the playoffs. I had them low as going as a 6 seed. So they shocked me as being a 4 seed. So I'm giving the edge to the Hawks just because I got Dwight Howard and Paul Millsap. Like I said, Hawks in 6. This is the game. This is the one I saved for last with my playoff previews. The Bulls are coming in on a 2-game winning streak. A healthy D-Wade is coming into the playoffs with the championship pedigree, so he's going to get them guys fired up against the Boston Celtics. Rajon Rondo is licking his chops to get back to the Garden and show them what the Garden is really missing point guard wise. The Boston Celtics are coming into the playoffs on a 3-game winning streak. Let's get right into it. The Bulls are averaging 102 points per game, rebounds 46, assists is 22, steals at 7, blocks is 4, field goal percentage 44, 3-point percentage 34, another terrible 3-point shooting team in the league. Free throws at 80%. At home, there are 25 wins, 16 losses. Away, there are 16 and 25. That's away. You got to win games on the road. The road is key. That build confidence if you're trying to make the playoffs, which they are in the playoffs. But you want that confidence builder and boost entering the NBA playoffs. You don't want to enter the playoffs 16 games and 25 away. You want to win games on the road. Winning on the road is key because you don't ever know. You might get into that pivotal game 7 in a row, and you don't want your confidence shot. At least if we got a good road record, You can win anywhere. We know you can win at home because that is key. But the key thing is about winning games in the playoffs. You have to win on the road. The Boston Celtics are coming in, average 100 points per game, 42 rebounds, 25 assists, 7 steals, 4 blocks, field goal percentage at 45, 3-point percentage at 36. Not another good shooting 3-point shooting team. And they shooting 81% from the free throw line. They might be one of the best free throw shooting teams in the playoffs right now. At home, they are 30 wins and 11 losses. Away, 23 and 18. So people like Dante, who are you predicting to win this round? Even though they're the number one seed team in the East, I'm going with the Chicago Bulls winning in 6. What? The Bulls in 6? Yes, folks, I said it. I'm going with the Bulls in 6. A savvy veteran in D Wade, and you might get a hungry Jimmy Butler. So as long as you got them two going and clicking, and Rondo can put everybody in the right spot, the one spot I might get the Bulls an edge in is Robin Lopez. Just remember I said that Robin Lopez is key. Now, let's jump into the Western Conference. Fine, Western Conference playoffs, the first round. So you watching it, you getting everything geared up. You know the Warriors had that bad taste name off from last year, being up 3-1, but they let the Cavs come back and win when the Cavaliers had their backs against the wall. But the crazy thing, I looked at that Damian Lillard said Trailblazers in 6. Hey, I'm not faulting the guy believing in this team. Somebody got to say something like that. You guys don't have enough firepower to win in 6. But let's get out of the way. Kevin Durant's coming back from knee injury, from the knee bruise he had. He's back. He's geared up for the playoffs. How would that shake up? Somebody had to take the back seat. Who's going to take that back seat in the scoring role? Would it be Steph? Would it be KD? Would it be Draymond? Would it be Clay? I mean, personally, I'm not a Warriors fan, but one of my favorite Warriors players are on that team. It's Klay Thompson. You know, Clay taking the backseat role a lot since KD came there. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think that's KD's team. I think KD's gonna get it going. It only depends how the Trailblazers come out. That's Rip City. Let's get right into it. The Blazers are averaging 107 points per game with 43 rebounds, 21 assists, 7 steals, 5 blocks, shooting 46% from the field goal, 38% from 3-point line, and 70% from the free throw. At home, they are 25 and 16, away 16-25. Like I said, folks, you have to win on the road if you want to beat the Golden State Warriors. Making the prediction say you're going to win in 6. The Warriors are averaging 115 points per game, the best in the NBA. 44 rebounds per game, 30 assists, averaging 9 steals a game, almost 10. They play defense, folks. They be locked in. 6 blocks per game, field goals, the NBA best at 50%, 30% from the 3-point line, and 79% from the free throw. At home, they are 36 and 5, the best in the league. They're 31 and 10 away from their building, which they can win on the road. So a hostile environment don't matter to them. As long as they got that guy on their team, Draymond Green, he is the gasoline. If you got a green Ferrari, you know you can't put regular gas in it. You can't put diesel in it. You got to put that 93 in it, baby. That Ultra. So he's the Ultra fumes to that team. Without them, they probably won't have that identity on that defensive end. He's the grizzly bear. He one who gets the team riled up. So my prediction: Warriors. They have Warriors and the Trailblazers. Damian Lillard said they're gonna win in 6. I'm gonna go the opposite route of this. I'm taking the Warriors in 6. So that's my prediction. The Grizzlies and Spurs. The Grizzlies come in the playoffs. 2-game losing streak. A lot of people don't know, just watching, just let you know, follow my YouTube page at TaeWiggs, that's TAE_WIGGS. Let's get back to the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are coming in a 2-game losing streak. They're gonna lose their best defender, probably for the first round of playoffs, and Tony Allen. Um, since Zach Randolph is coming off the bench now, that's a little boost right there. So the Grizzlies are coming in the playoffs, averaging 100 points per game, 42 rebounds per game, 21 assists, 8 steals, 4 blocks, 44% from the field, 35% from the three-point shoot line, which they are not a good three-point shoot team as well, and 78% from the free throw line. At home, they are 24-17. Away from their house, 19-22. Like I said, you have to win on the road if you want to beat a team like San Antonio. We know what San Antonio do it from their building and at home. With that being said, they have an MVP candidate on their team too, as in Kawhi Leonard. Though right now they are averaging 105 points per game. The Spurs are with 43 rebounds, 23 assists, 8 steals, 5 blocks per game, 47% from the field. So they are shooting 39% from the three-point line and from the free throw, 80%. At home, they are 31-10. Away, they are 30-11. That's not too bad. They broke pretty much breaking even. That's another team with a championship pedigree. You know, Greg Popovich got 5 rings, so you know he know what it takes to get his team to that next round. So with that being said, Spurs are going to the playoffs on the 3-game winning streak, which is pretty much the one thing I'm keep mentioning these winning streaks and losing streaks. They are key, especially when you come in on a 3 or 4-game winning streak or a 2-game winning streak. They are key because that can get the things going, the team going to win on the road or win away from the building. I got the Spurs winning in 5, 4-1. We're going to get right to the most intriguing matchup of the NBA playoffs. The Houston Rockets and OKC. You got Fielder Beard and you got Russell Westbrook. Mr. Triple-Double. Taking on another guy who's almost averaging a triple-double, but Russell Westbrook is averaging a triple-double. Let's start with the Houston Rockets. At home, there are 30 wins and 11 losses. Away, 25-16. They can win on the road and at home. They come in averaging 115 points, which is the second best scoring team in the league. 44%. They're getting 44 rebounds a game, 25 assists a game, 8 steals. That's a lot. Wow. 8 steals, pretty impressive. 4 blocks per game, 46% from the field, 36% from downtown, and they shooting 77% from the free throw. And they are entering the NBA players on a 1-game winning streak. A lot of people got the Rockets winning. Some people got the Thunder winning this series. Like I said, James Harden's the MVP candidate. He's gonna make sure his team is ready, and I give you a reason why I don't think he's the MVP, but that's going to be later. But he's having a hell of a season, folks. Just because he moved positions, he is really having an MVP type season. Can't complain about that. He's still got a lot of turnovers he need to work on. Him and Russell Westbrook. Let's get right to the Thunder. They come in the playoffs right now. At home, they are 28 wins and 13 losses. Away from the building is 19-22, so they under 500. So you definitely want to get that up. They are coming in the playoffs on a 1-game losing streak. Russell Westbrook, if I had to vote, he would be my MVP. A triple-double, 43 triple-doubles. Man, oh man. That guy is unbelievable. No KD, as other people say, no problem. They're coming into the playoffs averaging 106 points per game, 46 rebounds, 21 assists, 7 steals, 5 blocks. They are shooting 45% from the field. The worst 3-point shooting team entering the playoffs. They are shooting 33%. Man, you got to get some shots up if you want to beat that team. And they are shooting 74% from the free throw line. My prediction in this round 1, I'm going with the Thunder in 7. Yes, folks, the Thunder in 7. I have to go with it. Russell Westbrook, man, he just playing with that on. He carrying the team on his back, man. What do you want from a guy like that? And like he said, why not? Why not him? I'm going with Russell Westbrook and the Thunder to knock off the Rockets in 7. Next one we'll get into is the Clippers and the Utah Jazz. Another potential coach of the year, the Utah Jazz coach, as in Quinn Snyder. The Utah Jazz coming in the playoffs. 7-game winning streak. Team is hot. They average 100 points per game, 43 rebounds, 20 assists, 6 steals, 5 blocks. They shooting 47% from the field, and 37% from the three-point line, and 75% from the free throw. At home, 29-12, not too bad for a young Jazz team. That's one of the teams I picked to make the playoffs. You can ask any one of my friends. I talk about NBA all day long during the regular season, and that's one of the teams that shocked me during their first 10 games when the season first started. And I picked them as high as a 5 seed. And right now, that's where they at, a 5 seed. Away, they're 22-19. Let you know they can win in other buildings, other places around the world. In the United States, whoever they play against, they can do it. Gordon Hayward, awesome player. Rudy Gobert, awesome. They got veterans on their team as in George Hill, great pickup. Boris Diaw, another great pickup with a championship caliber. And ISO Joe Johnson, when they need a big basket, he will come through. Let's get to the Los Angeles Clippers. They are averaging 108 points per game, 43 rebounds per game, 22 assists, a little bit under 7.5 blocks per game, 40% from the field, 30% from the three-point line, and they are shooting 74% from the free throw line. Away from their building, they are 22 wins and 19 losses away. At home, there are 29 wins and 12 losses. They are entering the playoffs on a 2-game winning streak with Chris Paul, so you can't go wrong with their. What might just hurt not Portland, but the Clippers a little bit. They need a 3. Will we see more Paul Pierce in the playoffs instead of Mabute Richard? We need to see a little bit more Paul Pierce to give him that veteran leadership on the floor when they need big baskets. We will see more Paul Pierce. Believe that. I'm going with the Clippers in 6. So that's my predictions of the first round. You know, there's a couple of rookie of the years out there, but my rookie of the year vote, I'm going with Malcolm Brogdon. Sorry, Malcolm Brogdon out of Milwaukee. He's my rookie of the year. 6th man of the year, I'm going with Jamal Crawford. Most improved player, that is a tough one for most improved player. Most improved player, I'm going to go with Rudy Gobert. MVP, I already told you earlier, I'm going with Russell Westbrook. Coach of the year, I'm going to go with I'm either going to say the Utah Jazz coach, Quinn Snyder, or Jason Kidd. Executive of the year, executive. That's going to be a tough one for executive of the year. That's either the Utah Jazz executive, either Golden State Warriors, or Houston Rockets. So those are my picks. So you know how I do it. Till next time, folks, make sure y'all follow me on my YouTube page at TAE_WIGGS. That's Tay-Wiz. The same thing, folks. Just subscribe to me on Twitter too at TAE_WIGGS. Until next time, I catch y'all. Peace.